Do you protect your heart as much as you love it? Welcome to Be Fab, Be You Made Simple, your daily dose of inspiration designed to help you reinvent yourself by optimizing your body and mind. I am Maria Horstman, a health editor and coach, a fitness trainer, a speaker, and an entrepreneur, founder of befabbu.com. Our episodes are short and will bring you valuable content and practical nuggets for optimal health and fitness that you can implement ASAP. Let's get you to feel fabulous every day. Are you ready? Check out the show notes to 1, schedule a free call with me to discuss a plan to take your health to the next level. 2, submit a question to be featured in our Ask Me Anything episodes on Sundays. Connect with me on social media and much more. Hit the subscribe button, and if you like what you hear, share with your friends and leave it a rating. Do you protect your heart as much as you love it? Welcome back to the Be Fab, Be You Made Simple podcast. I'm starting the show by giving a shout to a client of mine. He doesn't need to be named. He's a listener. The image you see for today's podcast on my YouTube channel or on my website has a beautiful salad. You got to check it out. That's what my client had for dinner recently. He enjoys salads, and he got pretty excited with the superfood salad that I described on the episode 12 on blood sugar and heart health. Check that episode out. It's pretty good stuff too. His salad is loaded with powerful nutrients. He got arugula, watercress, red leaf lettuce, red and green peppers, tomatoes, sprouts, onions, and he topped with one of my 2 favorite foods, hemp seeds and avocado, and he added some grilled chicken. Woohoo! Wow, you can salivate looking at that salad. I'm salivating as we speak. Let me just say that this client has made significant improvements on his energy level, his blood sugar, his sleep quality, in just 2 weeks. He's taking charge, and I'm so proud of him. So keep it up, my friend. And by the way, if you like assistance getting your health and fitness under control or getting to the next level, go back to befabbu.com and book a call. I would love to work with you. Be ready to go and rock and roll. We're going to do this. So now that I've recognized him, let me continue to recognize Heart Health Month. Let's talk about this beautiful organ that not only we love, but also symbolizes love. That's the heart. With love comes compassion and protection. And we do just that, don't we? We protect our loved ones. Children, parents, animals, friends. Yeah, I put the animals before the friends because that's it. It happens. I see it. I don't have an animal now, but I see it everywhere. Isn't it intriguing, though, that we often protect others before we protect ourselves, including our hearts? We are so busy with endless lists of stuff to do, professionally and personally, that we are conditioned to even praise to push through, aren't we? Just think about it. It's a sign of strength even. And as we keep pushing forward and pushing through, the body starts to suffer. It tells us, though, very loud and clear through indigestion, weight gain, headaches, skin issues, fatigue, cramps, irritability, mood swings, depression, sleep issues, and the list goes on and on and on. We give those signs. We're given those signs all the time. But you know what? We keep pushing through, and the stress keeps building up. This stress impacts our decision-making abilities, and it's easier to start or fall back into unhealthy habits. And eventually, what happens? We hit a wall. This wall comes in different forms. mental, physical fatigue that paralyzes a few of us. It paralyzes me when I get too stressed out. Muscles and organ fatigue and get damaged. And of course, illnesses comes up. Inflammatory and chronic diseases are often the first ones to knock on the door, including cardiovascular disease. Have you hit a wall yet in your life? If you're young, maybe not. If you're 46 like me, yeah. Just in the last 5 years, I hit 2 walls. It's not fun. I'm laughing now. And although they are not fun, they contributed to my growth and helped me to be a better coach as well. So there is always a silver lining in this stuff. And that's how I like to look at it. And I would love for you to make the most out of these messages that I share with you here. The insights and these practical nuggets are vehicles to optimize your health and the body so you live a vibrant and fulfilling life for as long as you shall live. That said, let's go on to protect the hearts, shall we? What are 5 things that damage the heart? Number 1, sugar and high fructose corn syrup. You must have known I was going to speak about this, right? With all this blood sugar stuff, I talk all the time. So the excess sugar, which is easy to get since sugar is added to most packaged foods and meals, the extra insulin in our bloodstream can affect the arteries. So these arteries, they get inflamed, they get thick, and they get stiff. So this adds a great deal of stress to the heart, and over time, it can lead to cardiovascular disease. So one of the first signs of problems related to excess sugar and insulin is high blood pressure, and which kind of makes sense with thickened walls, right? And the same amount of blood have to come through it. So how is it going to come through it? Add some pressure to it. So number 2, flour and processed grains and even fruit juices. I know. What? These foods, they break down into sugar quickly, triggering what? Blood sugar and insulin to go up. This process is very similar to what I just said. And when we're talking about fruit juices, they don't have much of anything but sugar. And that doesn't have to be much broken down. It's liquid form. It's even, faster. So number 3, vegetables or let's say vegetable and hydrogenated oils. So these vegetable oils, they have a significant amount of omega-6 fatty acids. These are inflammatories to the body. These vegetable oils are added to loads of packaged and processed foods. The average American consumes a ratio of 20-1 when it comes to omega-6 to 3 versus a healthy ratio of 3-1. Let me say this again, 20-1 versus a 3-1. Where do you stand? Have you ever looked into that? As discussed in the show before, the omega-3 fatty acids is an anti-inflammatory, and we want that, okay? We don't want to overpower, but we do want that. Hydrogenated oils, they are made from these vegetable oils, click. And although the FDA has banned trans fats, we got to talk about trans fats. So number 4, trans fats. In the United States, the FDA has banned, like I said, which are, trans fats are practically partially hydrogenated oils. Again, vegetable oils. Now, however, the FDA says that trans fats may still be in foods, and the list goes on, folks. Look at this: crackers, cookies, cakes, frozen pies, and other baked goods. Snack foods like microwavable popcorn. Don't I know a lot of people who love those microwavable popcorns, and they pay pennies for it, and they're paying big later on if they continue. Please watch what you eat. Frozen foods, another one. Fast foods, margarine, coffee creamers. Yes, coffee creamers. I know. Read the label. Refrigerated dough like biscuits and cinnamon rolls, right? Oh my God, it's on tables of many families multiple times a week. And also one more, ready-to-use frosting. Now, if you want to get all this list, again, go to the bfabbu/podcast, and you get the transcript, and all this is there, okay, if you want to kind of go a little slower on this, or you obviously can listen back. Number 5, let's go to alcohol. I know. Besides being empty calories and cause weight gain, potentially, right, because of these empty calories, remember that alcohol is made of what? Sugar. The amount and frequency you drink makes a difference. A couple of glasses of wine regularly through the week can weaken your heart and shrink your arteries. We don't want any of that. You do not want this. It also obviously then goes to impact blood pressure, heart rate, and can, weaken the heart muscles. We don't want that. We want to protect our hearts, right? This whole thing is protect, nurture, give fuel so it thrives. That's what you want. Oh, but hold on a second. Isn't the popular belief that the red wine is good for the heart? Oh my God, I hear this all the time. Look, is that what you basically say to yourself? Please don't. Please don't say that. If you choose to drink, just go ahead. And by the way, I'm not here to encourage you to drink though. But if and when you do not use this excuse because it's just not a good one. The negative consequences of alcohol are numerous, from sleep, energy, eating habits, physical and mental performance, your neurotransmitters, your gut lining. I mean, the list goes on. I like what cardiologist John William McVoy at Johns Hopkins said, that the truth is not so clear-cut. It is hard to determine the cause and effect from those studies. And I put the link also on the transcript. So go ahead and read that if you have any doubts too. But it makes total sense. Look, occasionally I enjoy a glass of wine, and I normally drink red wine. And if I decide to be a bad girl, which sometimes I do, or I am, I have a glass of sangria or margarita. I know, those are worse. Absolutely, a lot worse. I rarely drink more than a glass. I support my body as much as possible by eating healthy foods before I go out to a dinner or a glass of this beverage. And I also drink the electrolytes sometimes during and after. And yet, it is still disrupting my body in many, many ways. And I'm fully aware of that. So controlling and creating boundaries, if you don't want to give up, which ultimately it is the best thing to do, is to stop drinking alcohol at all. Don't drink at all. So choose wisely. Commit to yourself to establish some boundaries and limitations. So is there anything else that harm the heart? Unfortunately, there are many other things that harm the heart, and some of these are less obvious. However, I'll stop here for today, and I hope you found this to be very helpful. Are you ready to make improvements? Your homework is to protect your heart with intentionality. It is time for self-kindness, so you show up in life to perform at 100%. That's what you want. I bet, because that's what I want. And I think that's what you want too. And if you're eating lots of packaged and processed foods, start reading the ingredients. That's your rule number 1. That's your job. Don't assume that just because it says natural, fat-free, oh boy, that's a problem right there. Healthy, another signal. Whatever the marketing BS is on the box, read the ingredients. Ingredients. I didn't say nutrition. Know what it is. If you cannot pronounce, put it back. Put it back. Grab something else. Or go home and cook. That's the best thing you can do. But I understand how it is. So you will be surprised with the amount of sugar that comes into 50 different names in different oils that you are paying to put into your body. You are paying whatever, $5 for that Big Mac, or I don't know, can of whatever for $2 every time. You are paying to put this junk in your body. That does not make sense, does it? So if you're eating out a lot, ask whether they are putting, sugar or oils in your food. Just ask what kind of, you putting any sugar? What kind of oils are you cooking your food? No problem asking those things. Don't feel, embarrassed or weird about it. You want to know. I like to know. So increase your knowledge so you can make a better decision to what to do next time. You can stay and eat and cook whatever, you do whatever, or you can walk away, or next time you know better. So here's the thing. When you sit down to assess what you're eating and you ditch 1 to 3 of these unhealthy things that we discussed, potentially that you figure that is going on with your nutrition, you will be doing so much good for your heart and overall health that you cannot even imagine. Your body is an incredible machine, and like any other machine, it needs the right fuel. It needs tune-ups. That's what it needs. So be that for your heart. And if you have any questions, submit one at befabbu.com/podcast question. Next episode, I will talk about exercise and heart health. Yoop, yoop. Let's get it done. Stay tuned and thanks for listening. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the BFABU Made Simple podcast. Can you do me a favor? If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend and leave it a rating. It helps the podcast and I really appreciate it. If you're wondering where to start, head over to my website, linked in the show notes, to sign up to receive encouragement, tips, and strategies to maximize results. While you're there, download a free health guide to get you started today. If you're looking for a coach and trainer to help you optimize your weight, body, and health, get on my calendar. Let's discuss your goals, establish a custom plan, implement it, and celebrate your results. Together, we can do this. Find the link to schedule a free energy audit strategy session also in the show notes. Connect with me on social media. I would love for you to let me know that you're listening to the show. Also see the show notes for the links. In addition to a qualified healthcare practitioner, it's important that you have someone in your corner who is in for you and will help you to plan and stay on track implementing your goals. Are you ready? Let's rock and roll this boat. I will see you on the next episode of BFABU Made Simple. Just a reminder that this podcast is for educational purposes only. This podcast is not a substitute for health care by a doctor or other qualified medical professionals. This podcast is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical or other professional advice or services.